Welcome to WTF, the only askreddit channel that will blow your mind. Like and subscribe right now to support Pepe's career as an independent musician. Reddit. Confession. I melt drugs into my mom's drinks. And other juicy confessions. But first, I added Tabasco to Wendy's chili and used it to get second place in a chili cook-off. Title basically says it all. This wasn't a professional organized competition. There was some BMX event with a couple hundred people and they always have a chili cook-off. I'm not much for cooking, so I thought it would be funny to throw a bunch of Wendy's chili in a crock pot and see if anyone noticed. They didn't. I've been a vegetarian for roughly 12 years, so this was a long time ago. Surprise. First place was just Wendy's chili, no Tabasco. At our local VFW's chili cook-off a few years back, the scandal was that the winner's recipe was 11 cans of Hormel chili and 1 jar of grape jelly. Panties were bunched, rules were changed, but hot damn, that was some good chili. We had a secretly vegan chili winner competition in Texas. They were livid. New rules required meat and all that. The winner added it to their restaurant menu, along with the ribbon. Not arguing about vegan or not, it's just funny when blind tests have fun results. I tried to pass KFC mashed potatoes and gravy at a holiday potluck because I was hungover, even put it in a nice serving platter. One bite. Everyone called me out. I'm the guy stealing your ashtray off your porch every couple nights. Throw away because a lot of people know my real Reddit. For the past 3 months I have hit a rough patch. Barely making my rent, which is $480 a week. Barely making my bills. Can barely afford cigarettes. Cigarettes in Australia cost roughly $25 for a pack of 20s. A neighbor of mine is an outdoor smoker. He lives in an apartment building just a block away. He has been filling large jars up with his cigarette butts and keeping them in the jar at his front door. The first time I stole it, the next day he had already put out an identical jar. I let that fill up for a few days and then I stole that one too. This repeated 2 more times. The 5th jar he put out, funny enough, literally the next day, was also identical, except this one had the message "please bring back jar." A lot of people would be disgusted that someone is stealing their ashtray, but whoever lives in this house obviously knows what it means to be broke. I listened to whoever it was, and after I stole the ashtray with the message on it, I grabbed all the jars I had from his house and brought them back to his doorstep. Ever since then, he has been leaving me half cigarettes in the ashtray. Our routine is, he smokes, fills it up, I take it home, and bring back the jar I had taken recently. It's literally now a whole system. 2 jars constantly in rotation between us both. And we have never even met each other or seen each other before. TL. Doctor, starting stealing ashtrays off my neighbor. Now we have a whole system together where he supplies half cigarettes for me every couple days. Edit. I wrote a long note including the link to this Reddit post and put it in one of his ashtrays and put it outside his doorstep. It's nearly 4 AM in Melbourne, so it was perfect timing. I've always been curious about these situations. Imagine your situation gets better and you don't need to take the jar anymore. Will you write this person something or go to speak to her? Hope things will get better anyway. As soon as I'm back on my feet, I will most definitely put a carton of cigarettes on his doorstep. I actually look forward to this day. I hope he knows how appreciative I am and how embarrassed I'm at the same time. I run a fake restaurant on a delivery app. I registered a company, bought all the takeaway boxes from Amazon, signed up for a few delivery apps, made a few social media accounts, and printed leaflets that I drop in mailboxes. I resell microwave meals. On some meals I add something to make them look better, like cheese. So far it's at around £200 a day in revenue. Nobody suspects a thing. Soon someone will come for hygiene inspection, but I'll pass that check without any problems. It's not illegal to operate out of your own kitchen. Should I feel bad? I feel kind of proud, to be fair, and free as a bird from the 9-to-5 life. Edit. Please stop commenting on the legality of this. I'm doing everything by the law. I'm in the UK, so yes, I can work out of a non-commercial kitchen. Yes, I'm registered and will pay taxes in Jan. Yes, I have my certificates, and yes, I have insurance, though there is something I might need to add to the policy. Doing that next week. This shouldn't be your concern. I'm illegal. This is a confession sub, not legal advice. not breaking any laws, just ruining my karma viral for selling people heated up food from a microwave at home. I mean, it genuinely just sounds like Ops started a full-on business mayo. He does the same thing as Olive Garden, with a most likely higher health inspection score. I think I probably ordered from you. So much shitty delivery food. Will restaurants do it too, especially on something like lasagna or moussaka? Because otherwise it takes about 1,5-2h to make. Those are the two most popular meals I can think of that are pre-made, frozen and then simply heated up and served on a plate. You should make various types of chili. That shit is dope reheated. I used to spit in my mom's cokes and melt sleeping meds in them. Growing up, my mom was very physically and psychologically abusive to me and my siblings. When I was a teen, she went through what I can only assume is a years-long major depressive episode where she would come home from work, sit in her lazy boy chair and basically force me to be her handmaiden. She would make me put lotion on her feet, which was extremely degrading and humiliating and gross, and iron her laundry for work, often multiple times, until I did it back quote right, and fix her cokes and cook her dinner and all that jazz. My mom was prescribed sleeping medications during that time period because she wasn't sleeping, but she refused to take it, which led to her sitting awake in her stupid chair, watching Fox News, and bossing me around all night long, prone to outbursts of anger and physical attacks on me. I eventually got sick of the codependency and slave driving, and started spitting in her cokes and melting her sleeping meds in them. It was the only way I could get some damn time to myself and not be forced to sit and watch Fox News all night and listen to her bitch and moan about all the things I didn't do right that day. I don't regret it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Get duck, mom. When I was a server, I threw a customer's phone into a trash compactor. I had just started serving tables at a restaurant, and I was working my first super busy brunch shift. I had 6+ tables, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a tough time running all the mimosas that my tables were ordering. I could tell that one table of all women were getting abnormally angry about their drinks taking a while. I apologized for the delay and made a joke about it being an especially busy shift. I offered them a round of drinks on me to smooth the situation over. When I walked away, one lady murmured under her breath that I was an incompetent chunt. Let's stop there. It's common for people to treat servers like shit, but this was the first time I ever had experienced being spoken to like I was garbage. I shook it off and continued to be nice to them, but it only got worse from there. They started to laugh at me and she'd talk me to one another. They told me that my future career looked pretty bleak, considering I couldn't even serve tables. Honey, even a toddler can't deliver drinks. When I took their order for food, one woman refused to speak to me. She just stared at me while her friend ordered for her. By now I'm pissed. I asked her why she felt the need to have her friend order for her. She laughed in my face, looked down at the menu, and said because I was a dumb little beach. Due to the fact I was at work, I couldn't argue or tell her to eat shit for treating me like I was a dog. If I did, my boss would have fired me. They ended up stiffing me on their $200 check. Once they left, I realized the woman that gave me so much shit had left her phone. I took it and went out the back door to smoke a cigarette and try to calm down. Who the hell did that woman think she is? So I promptly turned off her phone, threw it in the trash compactor, and turned it on. She came back minutes later and asked multiple staff members if we found it. I told her that I didn't see it when I bussed the table and that I would call her if it turned up. I never told anyone, but I never regretted doing it. When you treat people like shit, expect shitty things to happen to you. Edit #1. Thanks for my first ever metal kind stranger. Edit #2. I should have clarified that they stiffed me, as in they didn't tip me. They did pay their bill before they bounced. Lastly, I've been in the service industry for a hot minute and I've only experienced this level of disrespect twice. Whether you believe it or not, some people actually think they have the right to talk to servers like this, and many restaurants jaff. Thanks for tuning in for this WTF Red episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the one and only askreddit channel that will blow your mind every time.